Hi, back again with Life After Death series. I'm going to play another recording of Jesus. He'll refer to himself as Creole. I'll explain the meaning behind that later. Right now, let's see if we can tune in to Jesus. As they say in Ripley's Believe It or Not. Turn around here. Got an artist rendering of, if I can focus on that, and a symbol from I think this one's from a church figure. This is an artist rendering. Okay.
How about you? Now then, this being the day as it is, people of the office here called him and him the disciple. This is an order, because none of it is heard me. But just remember that your soul puts you in that position because you will not pray. It's what it seems to be saying. And so I went through it many, many times. As you reach pinnacles, you flush away because then things happen, little things genuine things.
Having trouble getting to this.
The law, your soul then will.
There it is.
This is Crail.
Good evening, Crail.
How grateful I am that I have this moment to speak unto you, blessed disciples of Agasha. Oh, if I had many hours to spend, that I may tell the stories of the past. Yes, I would like that very much. I'd like to tell you stories that would help you to understand the real life that is to come. A life that I had often told unto my disciples and those in the earlier days of my career. And yet before I told these stories unto my disciples, I had to be told. And it was a long time before I was capable of telling the stories that I felt would help them to understand. When the villagers had often said unto my disciples, we do not understand and we feel that we care not to listen. We had often been sent elsewhere, and literally we were sent out of the villages. While these disciples then had followed me and were very faithful in the beginning, we had not the people to talk to. We had gone along the hillside, and we partook of our bread and our elixir that we had for the day. And while the disciples were talking about the events of the day and how badly we had been treated in some villages, some communities, as you would call today. And as we would recline in the sunlight, and as I would speak then, here and there, joining with the conversation with the disciples, I said unto them, we are not dismayed because we are not received this day. Be it now that I speak unto you disciples, that I give forth a lesson. And I spoke unto them, and they listened, because I was telling them stories of the other world. I told them that the experience that I had had just the night before on this occasion was an experience that I loved. And I went on to tell the story of my being with the masters. And then I told them other stories that for the occasion were quite appropriate. And you know, disciples of Agasha, they enjoyed, and one disciple sitting very near me had said, spoke softly and saying, I am rather happy now that we had been sent out of the village, that you may have told the story that you did. And I said, yes. It is not that we are dismayed this day, but I was speaking then in my language at the time. But it means the equivalent as I speak unto you now. And yet I said unto the disciples, we will encounter such experience as we go. And one then spoke and said, perform your miracles, very roughly like. And I said, there is no such thing as a miracle. That which I give unto the people, that which I bring, is very simply given unto mankind, and that which I do, you can do the same. For there shall be great things performed. It is not that we are the only ones that can perform. That which I do is the power within me that is created by the Spirit, because it comes from my Father's house. And then I went on to explain what was meant by the Father's house and the many mansions, and I told of life that was supreme. I remember one time when the disciples in the earlier days of my career had chosen to come with me when they had given up their work and their toil, and they followed me, not because I said, follow me and you shall have peace and rest as disciples. I said, come with me, but you will find it very rough and thorny, and you'll be pricked many times. If you have the willingness to go through this, then come with me as I bring my message unto the villagers. It was then, disciples, that I was proud of many of them. In the beginning, I was dealing with mortal, and I knew it. Then, too, I realized that I would be deceived, and many would fall by the way as I went on my way to bring the message. But I've had my pleasant days, remember, disciples, because I was received. And when I had brought forth and they had learned of the power that was at hand to be healed, then they were telling their people and their people's people and their children, and they came on the side of the hill, and I told them many stories. And then I healed. When I see and brought forth light unto them, when I said, I do the healing, it is the I within me, the God self, in relation with the wonderful teachers who had arisen long ago. They descend, and they help to heal, to bring forth light unto the people. And I had often said unto the people, as I brought forth the healing, if it is the cross, my children, that you have to bear, then fear not. It may be very heavy. You may be very heavy laden indeed. But remember that in time it shall be lighter. And I helped in many ways, but there were many that could not be helped wholly because they had karma to pay. But many were healed because they were right with themselves, and they had finished their karma, the same as you children here. And I have come tonight to tell you this. I am working with the Geisha, and I'm working now in the light, and have worked in the light of the perfect circle, as I am a member, and I have been. And now I'm coming, every service that you hold, be in your presence as Creo, and work with you, and to heal you, as of before with Judamar, and we'll work together and heal you. And then if you are to pass out of the flesh, we'll then help you to ascend in your rightful consciousness. I hope this is met with your approval, as we want to help you. I shall come. I shall be in your presence wherever you desire. It'll be easy for me to come with Judamar and with the rest of the teachers. Wherever you are, I shall come. I want to help because this is the nearest to my heart. It had always been, and I knew that it would be. I saw it during my time, and I've returned to help establish the universal understanding of God as I did then, as I tried. But I do now want to help Geisha to complete the cycle for 1965. I see what is coming. Geisha is telling you about it, and I shall return among you disciples of Geisha from time to time. Call upon me. I'll be with you. This is Creo, and good night.
Thank you. Good night, Creo.